Hi guys, I am back. Sorry this video is late. I just didn't have time to do it last night. Get the wheels unlocked on this thing. I'm supposed to just press it. Oh, that takes the wheels off. There we go. Now we can move it. So I was going to show you a little haul. As I've mentioned in a few other videos, that I have a Teesprings shop now. There's a link down below, and there is usually an iCard linking you to it. My Teesprings, I have various different shirts. I have some Real Care shirts. I have some neonate shirts. I have some just plain funny shirts. I ordered 2 of them for now, because even though I have the shop, I still need to pay for them as well. So my goal is to get pretty much all of them, but I just haven't yet. I can only buy a few at a time. And so I was going to show the ones that I got for now. Let's see. I'm going to open up the store to show you guys. It's kind of some that I have on here. And like I said, the link is below, and it'll also be in an iCard. But here is the shop. So I've got a baby shirt that says, "My Llama Mama doesn't need your drama." Excuse me. "Keep calm, play with Real Cares." And I've got a bag, a shirt, a coffee cup, and a sticker. And then I've got "Keep calm, play with neonates." And there is a bag, a cup, and a sticker as well. Then I just have the baby onesies that say "Play with neonates" and "Play with Real Cares." These, the smallest size they are 6 months, but they're rabbit skins. And in brand, but in my experience with my own children, rabbit skins ran small, and as you wash them, they shrank. So I plan on ordering at least one of them, hopefully before the meetup. And in doing so, I'll see how well they shrink up. And then I've also got, this is one that I ordered, that it says, "This llama don't need your fake drama." So there's a regular t-shirt, a sweatshirt, and then this one is a premium t-shirt. I don't know the difference between the regular and the premium. Then I've also got, my blood type is Coffee Plus, and that is in a t-shirt. Zoom in on that one. A t-shirt and a coffee mug. And then I've got my Be Strong. This one is for my weight loss journey, as well as to support my dad and his cancer. And these two, there's supposed to be pictures in them. I've already emailed Teesprings, and they have to reset them. They said it'll be a while before it comes up. One of them will stay, and the other one will, I'll delete the other one, because I made this one, and the shirt, the face didn't come up. And then I thought, well, I'll try that again, and I made it again, and this face didn't come up. So I'm going to keep one, but not the other. Anyways, this one says, "People should seriously stop expecting normal from me. We all know that it's never going to happen." So I saw that, or I heard that saying while I was gone, and I thought it was hilarious. So I decided to make a shirt, and there's a few more shirts that I am going to make that are just kind of funny shirts. So there's gonna be more in there. I'm gonna kind of do a variety. I know that my channel is primarily about my dolls, my Real Cares and neonates. But excuse me, I want to make it more than just that. I want to make it shirts that people would probably wear any day. So like, as some of you know, I sent Crystal some llama pajamas that I actually have 2 pairs of them. They're pajama pants. And for Crystal, I sent a long sleeve red top that went with it. They actually had a t-shirt that went with it, but the t-shirt sold out or not a t-shirt, like a sleep shirt. Excuse me. But it actually sold out before I even bought my pants, and I bought my pants before they went on sale. I honestly only saw the t-shirt on the website, and I tried to click on it, and it was sold out. I called the store, and they said that basically the sleep shirt that matched the pants sold out before the pants even sold out. So I was happy to get the pants, but then I've been just wearing like random shirts that I usually wore to bed that I just match with whatever pajama pants. Well, I wanted something to match my llama pajamas, so that's where this one came in, and it says, This llama don't need your fake drama, and then it's got a llama on it to match the pants. Crystal ordered this shirt as well. I believe she ordered it in red. I have various colors in it, and I know I ordered mine pretty big size. I don't really like anything constricting me. Like, honestly, this shirt is like driving me nuts right now because I don't like tight. I've never liked tight. It sounds weird because when you wear like a bigger shirt and you sleep and you kind of roll yourself into the shirt and twist yourself up. I can deal with that, but I can't deal with tight clothes. And then the other one I got was, and I was covered in cat hair because the cat's been sleeping on it, the stroller, my Be Strong. So I bought the 2 t-shirts. I just got these 2 for now, like I said. I got Be Strong and then the llama shirt to go with the pajamas. I need to wash them up because I do think that, like, feeling them, they're the Hanes brand shirts. They'll probably shrink a little bit in the wash as well. But I'm happy with them. They're actually pretty good quality. These, like I said, these are the, they were called economy shirts. The premium shirt was $1 more, but I just went with the economy. But, I mean, it's a nice thick fabric. It's not like it's, I've had so many shirts that, like, this started out as a thick fabric, but they start out as like a thinner fabric. And then, like, as you wash it, they literally get holes because they're so thin. So I think these will last for a while. And as I said, I've got, you can just kind of check out the shop, and I'll be making more things as I go along. If you have any ideas, you can leave it in the comments below. As well as I was just going to, like I said, I'm home now. It's good to be home. It was kind of bittersweet leaving. I'm not going to give an update on my dad. I'll do that tomorrow. But I did enjoy my time there. I mean, considering the circumstances. I got there. My flight got in late. My flight was a red-eye flight, so I was supposed to get there at 11:30. And my flight from Austin to Minneapolis, no hiccups, nothing. We actually pushed off late. We got to Minneapolis early, which was a godsend because I had 50 minutes from the point my flight touched down until my other flight took off. And I had to run across the airport because, of course, it came in one gate and the outgoing gate was across the airport. And so I had to run across the airport to get to my gate. And I got there literally like 5 minutes before they started boarding. So we get in the plane, they start boarding. Everybody's in, we're buckled up. Captain comes on, we're gonna push off. We push off and then we stop. Like, the plane rolled back like 5 feet. And then you feel it stop and everybody's kind of looking around. All of a sudden the captain comes on as, "Oh, we're sorry, folks. It just started snowing, so now we need to de-ice the plane." This should only take 5 minutes. Well, luckily we pushed off 20 minutes early because it took 20 minutes to de-ice the plane. So we actually left on time. So thinking, okay, you know, we won't get there early, but you know what, at least get there on time. And the flight from Minneapolis to Fargo should be hour at most like, or typically like 45-minute flight. It's not very long. Basically, you get to cruising altitude and then you're already descending. So we're in the air, we're flying. Luckily, this was a larger plane, so it actually had the TV screens in the seats in front of you. Excuse me. So I actually started watching Bad Moms Christmas. I am so mad. I missed the last 10 minutes of the movie because when we finally did land. So anyways, when you're in the air, if you've ever flown, you can still look out the window, and especially at night, you can see the lights of like cities. And there's not really much. There are some cities between Minneapolis and Fargo. So you'd see like little cities here and there, but it would go by quickly since you're in the air flying as fast as you are. It got to be about 45 minutes, and you would look out the window and you could see city lights. And all of a sudden the plane, you can feel it circling, and it circled a couple times, and I'm thinking, what's going on? Finally, the captain comes on and apologizes for the delay, saying that one of the flaps on the wing was jammed, and that we would have to continue circling the city until they could run their checklist to try to get the flap unjammed. And while he could land the plane with the flap jammed, it wouldn't be fun for anybody on the plane, is basically how he kind of worded it a little like peppier than that. But basically, the short version is, we can land it this way, but it's not going to be fun for anybody. And I'm thinking especially for the pilots. So we literally circled the city for a half an hour while they finally got the flap unjammed. So we were finally able to land, and we were supposed to get in at 11:30, and we didn't get in until we landed at 11:55. And by the time, you pull up to the gate, they open the door, do everything they need to do before you can start deboarding. I didn't get off the plane, and I was kind of in the middle of the plane. I didn't get off the plane till 11, or it was about 12:15. And of course, I don't eat when I travel, so I was starving, and my parents picked me up at the airport. And like I said, I'll give the update on my dad tomorrow. But we went out to eat, so it was nice. And then that was Wednesday morning by the time I got there. Wednesday, we just kind of spent time together. My mom and I went and ran a few errands. My dad's brother, my uncle, drove up for the surgery as well. So the four of us just kind of had a low-key night. My dad wanted Papa Murphy's pizza, so we went and got that. And there was 3 places that I had to eat when I was there. I told my mom, I'm like, I'm having the surgery. By the time I come back up here, I probably won't be able to eat this kind of food anymore. I just kind of want one last hurrah. And so my mom's like, okay. So on Wednesday for lunch, my mom and I had Qdoba's, which there's Qdoba's down in Texas, but the closest one to us is like an hour drive. And then I have to park like 10 blocks away in like some parking ramp to walk to where Qdoba's is at. So I'm like, I have to drive for an hour and then walk for a mile to get to it. I love Qdoba's, but not that much. So we had Qdoba's, and then we bought my kids those Gizmo Pals. Well, we don't have Verizon. My parents do, so my mom just put it on hers, so her and I went and got that activated. And we got my kids' phones activated, and then we went back, and like I said, we just kind of had a low-key night. And then on Thursday was the surgery. I'll go over that tomorrow. And Friday, I got a message from my best friend, or my best friend Heather, and she's like, oh, we're going to be in Grand Forks this weekend. And I'm like, oh, shoot, it's one of those, you're so close, but you're so far away. And with my dad still in the hospital, it's like I don't feel comfortable asking my mom to take the car to drive up to Grand Forks to see her. I'm like, oh, I wish I could get up there, but, you know, with everything. And she's like, you know what, I'm going to ask my husband if we can drive down to Fargo on our way home. So at first she just asked him if they could drive to Fargo, and he said, I'll have to think about it when we're there. And then she replied back, well, Nicole's in Fargo since her dad's having surgery. And as soon as she said that, he looked at her and he said, why didn't you tell me that to begin with? Yes, we'll go. So I was able to see her on Sunday, and I got to spend like 4 hours with her and her family. And I mean, it was just so good to sit down and talk with her face to face. Like, we talk on Facebook Messenger, we call each other sometimes. I'm not a big phone person. I'll text, I'll message through like Facebook Messenger, but I'm not a big talk on the phone type person. So it was so nice to see her, catch up. She's so excited about Minneapolis, and so am I. And, you know, it was nice seeing her. And backtracking a little bit, also on Friday was my mom's birthday. And my dad's one request, since he was in the hospital and he couldn't go out, because my mom picked Texas Roadhouse, was to go there, and we had to ask the waiter or waitress to embarrass the heck out of her. And then I had to record it and bring the video back to him. So we complied with his wishes. My mom was a good sport about it. And then Saturday, what did we do Saturday? Thursday night we went to, excuse me, I came home with a cold. Thursday night we went to my second place I wanted to eat, which is a Chinese restaurant up there. They sell pizza, they sell subs, and then they have Chinese. And their Chinese menu doesn't include, and they have pork, which I can eat at places that have pork, I just can't eat the pork. But they don't sell shellfish. And with my major shellfish allergy, I have to watch Chinese restaurants, especially down here. A lot of them serve fresh shellfish. And so I really can't eat at a lot of restaurants down here, Chinese ones. But so we ate there for supper. I got my sweet and sour chicken and my cream cheese wontons, which I love from there. And then I can't remember what we did Saturday. I know I went up to the hospital on Saturday, and there was some other stuff we did Saturday. Oh, we went to visit my grandmother on Saturday, and my grandmother's in the nursing home, and it's one of those things, she has Alzheimer's, and she sleeps most of the days. So it's almost like, we've been thinking for years, she's kind of getting closer and closer to passing. It's one of those things that it's comforting knowing she's still alive, but really she's just a shell of a body. When you go in, very rarely does she remember who you are, let alone who she is. And my mom said there's some days that she goes in and it's kind of like a toddler when you talk to her, if she's awake. And I guess she's kind of been biting some of the staff, and there's one lady that is actually the cleaning lady of that floor, that when she starts biting, like, or getting kind of violent with the CNAs and the RNs, they actually go and get this cleaning lady, Maria, and I guess my grandma just loves her. And like, to get her to calm down, Maria just kind of sits there and strokes her hair and just talks to her gently, and my grandma will instantly calm down. But when we were there, grandma was asleep, so we just sat with her for a little bit while she slept. I didn't want to wake her up. I'm like, you know, she obviously needs her sleep. I don't want to wake her up. She probably won't remember who I am. She probably won't remember us coming up. So we did that, and then we went over to purchase some like adaptive equipment for my parents' restroom for when my dad got discharged from the hospital. Sunday, that was Saturday. We didn't really do much else on Saturday. Well, like I said, we were up at the hospital. On Saturday, when we got back to the hospital from going to see Grandma, my dad's best friend was there, as well as an old classmate of his. So we got to talk to them, and then my dad's best friend left, and the classmate and his wife were still there talking, and there was a couch in my dad's room, and I was just going to lay down for like 2 seconds, and I passed out cold. I was exhausted. And then Sunday morning, my uncle left to go home. And like I said, Sunday was when I went over, or I got to see my friend. We met at the mall. So we did all that and then came home. Sunday night was when I got my third meal that I liked. There's a place that they're in Fargo, Moorhead area. And there's one in Minot. So when I lived in Minot, I was happy because we could eat there still. It was it's called a restaurant called Grand Junction. And they serve East Coast style subs. Which, like, you order, like, I love their cordon bleu. And of course I can't have the ham in it. So they make them to order. So they let me substitute turkey for ham. And they have the raw chicken. They put the raw chicken on the grill. They take the turkey. They put the turkey, like sliced turkey for like lunch meat type turkey. Put that on the grill, and then they grill it and they chop it up. Then they melt the cheese on top of your meat while on the grill. Like I said, I get the cordon bleu, so then they mix in the sauces while it's still on the grill, and then they toast. They cut open, it's like a hoagie roll. They cut it open and lay it face down, or inside down on the grill for a little bit, and then when everything's done, they put the open bread on top of your meat, slide their little spatula, and able to flip it over. And like, you get to watch them cook it and everything. And like, they also have handmade fries. And what I mean by that is they don't skin the potatoes. They literally will take, when you order fries, if they're busy, they have them already pre-cut. But they'll take like the whole potato, put it in like this potato cutter, cut the potato and throw it in the grease to fry them. So you get fresh, like you can't get any fresher than that fries. And like I said, when it's busy, like around lunchtime, supper time, they have pre-cut fries that they did during like a downtime. But they're all cut that day, and whatever is left at the end of the day, they actually throw out. Or sometimes they fry up and let the staff take them home. But I was able to eat there, so I was happy with that. And then Monday morning, I think it was just kind of a low-key day at my parents' house Monday morning. And then my mom dropped me off at the airport, and I flew home. And this time, the flight from Fargo to Minneapolis was fine. But once we got to Minneapolis, I had a 2.5-hour wait to begin with, which I was happier for that layover. But I got to my gate, which was actually right by. I'm like, it's going to happen this way. When I have the short layover, I have to book it across the airport. But when I have the quick or the long layover, the gates are going to be really close to each other. And they were. So I got to my gate. I found my gate, and then I went and got something little to eat, because everybody that's flowing knows airport food isn't cheap. So I just got something little to eat while I was sitting, and we were waiting, and we were waiting, and we were waiting. It turns out the flight coming into Minneapolis on the plane that we needed took off late, so it actually came like almost an hour late. Like literally, the whole staff was already at the airport. They were sitting at the gate waiting with all of us passengers. So once the plane touched down, they deboarded. The stewardess and steward went on, quickly cleaned the plane, and they got us on our way. And we came in. I was supposed to be in at 9:30. No, I was supposed to be in like 8:30, and our flight didn't get in till like 9:45. And then, of course, I have about an hour drive back. So my mother-in-law, my husband's stepmom, and his dad picked me up from the airport while I was gone. His mom actually stayed with him to help with the kids while he was at work and such. So, I mean, it all worked out, and the kids were happy to spend that time with Grandma. And I had a nice time with my parents. So, and I know this video got way too long, so I'm going to end it here. So I hope everybody has had a great week. I'm going to try to get a little bit ahead on doing videos, not like this where I had that week and a half of videos just to make sure I had enough videos in case something happened. So I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will see everyone later. Bye.